Ghost Story of Black River. The voice of Kill Kill was echoing in the entire valley, breaking the silence of that dark night. Some with sticks, some with axes. Whoever got whatever he could lay his hands on ran towards that Black River. As soon as it got dark, someone told the villagers that two men crossing the Black River had been attacked. The villagers ran wildly and reached the bank of the river, and what do they see? Two bodies soaked in blood were lying on the bank. On looking, it was found that both of them died by drowning in water, and later, someone had cut these bodies. A sensation spread in the entire village. Thakur Jagannath Ji, the head of the village, came forward and said, "When we had decided that no one would go through the river at night, then how did all this happen? Where did the watchman die?" The watchman standing behind came forward trembling. "Master, I had forbidden them a lot. But these were educated young men who had come from the city. They did not listen to me even once. Defeated, I went to call the villagers. When I came back, I saw all this. If you don't believe me, ask the villagers." Landlord Jagannath Ji said, "I have hired you for this very purpose, to not let anyone go into the river. We know that the ghost of the Kali River does not trouble anyone. When someone goes into the river, it kills him. In such a situation, what is the use of this watchman? Now the police will come and ask 10 questions." At the same time, the police was informed. In a short while, the police reached there and took the bodies in their custody and sent them for post-mortem. Many people were questioned, but no one knew anything. In a few days, the villagers became normal. In the same village, there was a 25-year-old youth named Neeraj. One day, he was sitting under a tree on the bank of the river with his friend Deepak. Neeraj said, "Friend, what is this ghost thing? Because of this ghost, we are never able to go into the river. Look at the beautiful scenery on the other side of the river. There is also a temple on the other side. If we can somehow get rid of this ghost, it will be so much fun." Hearing this, Deepak said, "Brother, this is the problem of this river. Whoever steps in the water of this river is killed." Neeraj wanted to go to the other side. He said to his friend, "Why don't we find out why this ghost is killing everyone?" Hearing this, Deepak said, "Only some elder of the village can answer this. The oldest person in the village is Pushpa's grandfather. Let's go to him." Both of them reach him. After listening to them, the grandfather sits carefully. He says to his granddaughter Pushpa, "Daughter, you go out and play. I have to talk to these two about something important." After he left, the grandfather started saying, "The thing is that she is a child. She will get scared. I will tell you what you are asking, but never try to go into the river, because whoever went into the river never came back." Neeraj said, "Baba, you tell me and leave the rest to us." Grandfather started saying, "Son, all this is the result of the deeds of the villagers. A simple farmer named Mukund lived in this village. He used to work as a laborer in the fields all day. He did not have his own field. He used to work as a laborer in the field of the landlord of that time. He was a man who used to do puja path. When he reached home at night, his wife used to keep the puja thali ready. Taking the puja thali, he used to go to the temple on the other side in a boat tied to the riverbank at night. No one used to go to that temple. Only Mukund used to go. He used to clean the temple, decorate it with flowers, worship God, offer him bhog, and come back. Once there was a terrible flood in the river, but Mukund did not agree and left. When he returned after performing the puja, the boat started drifting in the strong current of the river. Mukund saved his life by jumping from the boat. He somehow reached the shore by swimming. The sindoor of his puja plate was scattered on his face. He started walking towards home in this condition. On the way, he met some villagers. They caught Mukund. He kept screaming, but the villagers started beating him, thinking him to be a tantric. No one could recognize his face, and in so much noise, no one heard his voice. After killing him, his body was thrown into the river. Since then, he is angry. His ghost lives in this river and kills anyone who tries to cross the river. Neeraj and Deepak both reached the village Pandit Ji for the peace of the soul of that ghost. Pandit Ji refuses. Then both of them reach the mansion of landlord Jagannath Ji. Jagannath Ji agrees to support them. Landlord Jagannath takes Neeraj and Deepak along and reaches another village. There was a warder some distance from there. There were army camps nearby, where the army had built a bridge over the river. Jagannath Ji and the villagers talked to the army captain. After taking permission from the captain, they all reached the temple built on the other side of the bridge where Mukund used to go to worship. The next day a puja is held to give him salvation. The rest of the villagers were standing on this bank and watching the puja being done in the temple. When the puja is about to end, strange sounds start coming from all around. Then Pandit Ji says, "Mukund, the villagers are accepting their mistake. Forgive them, and these two children are donating your pine. Now you go towards salvation and stop wandering and go to the abode of God." After finishing the puja, Pandit Ji made Neeraj and Deepak perform Pine Dan. After that, those voices gradually stopped coming, as if someone was going away from them. After that, Pandit Ji, Neeraj, Deepak, and the villagers, along with the landlord, came to their village in a boat. With the courage of two young men, the villagers got rid of the ghost of Kali River. After that, the villagers started going to that temple every morning to worship. The landlord, along with the villagers, built a small bridge on that river so that people could go to that temple.